All right, how's everyone doing? I'm Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm actually getting into some stretching exercises that I do, mainly regarding my legs, calves, hips, and shoulders. I also do some things in here for back as well. But if you know anything about me, I like to help people with fitness, especially if you're going on middle age. I'm 50 years old now, so there's a lot of things I've been doing throughout my life that has helped me, I think, keep a lot of my flexibility and also help keep a lot of blood flow basically going throughout my body before and after workouts. That has helped prevent me from injuries, soreness, and many other things. But yeah. All right, I had to move locations. They were about to start a class in there. Anyways, you get the gist of it. Yeah, just different things I've done throughout my life as far as stretching goes. If you incorporate this, I think it'll really help you. I'm going to get into this as well as I talk on the voiceover regarding each stretch. And here's the thing, I don't do all these stretches before or after the workout. These are just things that I incorporated into my workout. So you can pick and choose what works for you. All right? So yeah, again, if you get a chance, subscribe. And what else was I going to say? That's really it. So let's kick this in the ass. All right, let's get down and dirty here. So yeah, I was at the gym. My daughter just started videotaping me, and I definitely thought I could create a video to help people stretch. So this is something I do no matter what I'm doing throughout my workout. This is the first thing I get to a gym and I do. I spread my legs there. It may look a little inappropriate, but this is amazing for my hips. And the trick here is to keep pushing your hips down. Keep stretching your legs. I kind of try to extend my knees where they just keep getting pushed out more and more and more. I also stretch my back out there. But as you can tell, I'm kind of crawling. But look at the way my legs are. And I keep stretching. The further I go forward, the more I'm getting a stretch. And take your time with this, especially at the beginning. You could definitely pull something. This takes a long time to really master. So now I put one leg down, and I put basically all my weight on that. Again, pushing down, it's really warming up my hips. And I believe more than anything, you have to take care of your hips. So there, now I kind of rotate my body all to one side, stretching the hips, stretching my back. I'm even kind of stretching my shoulders. It's an amazing feeling once you really get this down. Pat, again, pulling forward. I'm always kind of pulling forward in this movement and pressing down, mainly on my hips again. And then you're going to see here again, I kind of turn and twist. Kind of hard to see from this angle, but you can kind of see what I'm doing there. So yeah, keep pushing yourself forward. Now I'm basically just going to do, you've seen these a million times, bring the feet to yourself as close as you can. And then I start using my elbows a little bit, pressing down. And I do this very slowly again. Don't rush it. And then I start pushing down more and more and more. And again, try to breathe. Take your time when doing these exercises. These are definitely my bread and butter no matter what I do throughout the day. Yeah, this is just kind of old school. You know how that is. Just getting a little twist, warming my back up, I guess you could say. And I'm also pulling on my knee, which is warming my hip up again and my hamstrings. So when I'm stretching, I'm a lot of times stretching more than just one thing, as you could tell here. So I'm stretching my back. I'm actually even stretching my shoulders a little bit there, my hamstrings. So yeah, let's go back here. This is a little crazy. Grab my feet and just squeeze. I'm on my back. I just keep squeezing my feet coming towards me. I just want to make sure I am definitely warming up my hamstrings, my glutes, my quads, my joints, tendons. Now I go on my back. This is a totally different movement. Again, pushing straight down. And I'm going to show you something that I do next, which is basically this really warms up my calves and every part of my leg here, and especially my hips, again, and glutes. Sorry, that's a little shaky. My daughter had a bad cough that day, but she was doing the camera. But anyways, I switch sides. There you go. Just keep pushing down, and I keep squeezing my feet and kind of separating them just slowly. Everything I'm doing is slow. I'm breathing. I basically count to 10 to 12 on my stretches, just so you get a heads up. So here's another move I do. I kind of put my, as you can see, my leg over my knee, and I just keep lifting. I keep pulling that leg towards me, and it's just an amazing burn I get on my, again, my hamstrings and quads. I do both sides, keep lifting and lifting and lifting, and you cannot believe the burn you get on this if you start doing these things properly. All right, and then I'm going to take my knee, and I'm just basically going to bring it to my chest. And as you can see, my left hand is on my ankle. I'm lifting that up and squeezing my knee. So I'm doing two different things. See, you can see it better there. My right hand, I'm lifting that up, and then with my left hand squeezing the knee. So yeah, I just basically hold them there, like I said, 8, 10, 12 seconds. And then this, I just squeeze my knees to my chest. I keep squeezing and squeezing. And that feels great. And then I just lift. I try to bring my knees closest to basically my face as I can. Keep stretching those quads. And like I said, I do this regardless if I'm doing legs or not. I just want to warm up everything here. This is also one of my little babies. I basically just take my leg, cross it over, stretch, pulling that hamstring up, up, up. I'm lifting and lifting and lifting it higher. And then to even get it higher, I reach around and pull up. This is unbelievable for my hips, glutes, again, even my hamstrings, my quads. I feel it all over the place. And again, grab it. And as you can see my hand too, the opposite hand is just kind of reaching out. But yeah, just keep lifting my leg and pushing it up, 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 up until basically I can't take it anymore. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movements ever. I just love that stuff. And let's pop up. Here is to end it. I definitely wouldn't do this at the beginning. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. I used to be able to do the splits like this, very similar to Van Damme. Those days are over. But again, I just kind of do that type of split. And then I just keep leaning forward. Yeah, I'm leaning forward. There I'm actually just pushing down, I should say. But now you're going to start to see I lean forward. And the more I lean forward, the more I'm warming everything up. Really my quads on this one. Again, my calves and hips. Just be very careful if you're doing this, especially if you've never done yoga, which I haven't in years, but I do a lot of stretching. You can see my feet. I keep just pushing them out. Come up. Be very careful. And I don't jump up very quickly because it could bring lower back pain. But there you go. There is one of my first warm-ups I do right when I get to the gym, regardless of what I'm doing. Okay, again, this is something I do every time I get to a gym. Even if I don't get to a gym, I do these throughout the day. These are my bread and butter. Again, warming up my hips. I basically stole this off soccer players. I used to play soccer for many, many years, but we didn't do this exercise that often. But when I was watching soccer players, international soccer players, I should say, I seen them doing this exercise. Sometimes they even do it when they kind of jog. They do like a little dance with it, or they cross their legs over. But I just do this standing there. I'm using that as a balance. As you can tell, my right hand, it's kind of leaning on that. Sometimes I don't do it with that because I just want to work on my balance technique. But in this case, I just wanted to do it so it's precise for you. So as you can tell, the other one I was winding back. Now I'm winding forward. I'm trying to go as high as I can, too, with that knee. Coming up and over, up and over. Again, I may do 10 to 12 of these. Sometimes I may do 8. Sometimes I may do 14. Just depends on how I feel. But I love these. Again, if you're going to play any type of sport, I would highly recommend this to warm your hips up, especially, and just your upper leg in general, your glutes. And now that I'm 50 years old, I just want to be warmed up on every level, because once your legs go, everything goes. And I see more and more people having hip issues, right? So here we go, just straight up. Almost, what's that? This is called something in dance. I can't remember it right now, but I just basically go straight up, toes up, twist where kind of my leg and my ankle go. And this feels incredible. And I'm doing these all in a row. I usually only pick 3. I'm going to show you 5. So these are usually the main 3 that I do. I'm not going to lie. The next 2 just vary. And again, if you can just do this at home before you go to bed, maybe even after you go to bed, or before a workout. I even do this stuff in the water sometimes. And what people don't realize too, a lot of times, you're always used to going forward or backward to a certain point. No one goes left to right. So this definitely warms up your hip and your body if you're going to be playing sports like basketball, football, anything like that where you're going back and forth. All right, this one I just lift my knee and I kind of squeeze. My leg isn't straight this time. It's bent. So it's a little more, I don't know what you'd call this, just a little like bringing the knee to the chest. It just gives you a totally different feel than the other one. The other one, when it's straight leg, hits my hammies. This one kind of hits more my hip. I can even feel it in my quad. So yeah, straight up and down. That's it. I cross over my leg and come straight up. And yeah, you want to keep your balance. I would recommend doing this in the mirror at the beginning, because a lot of people don't do them correctly, or at least, I don't think they do. But you got to find what works best for you. Basically, there's like a kickback. I forgot the name of this. There's people that teach these classes or dance again. Yeah, just kick it way back. It's just basically to warm up my hamstrings. That's all I'm trying to do there. And it really warms up a lot of my lower back for me. At least I feel it does. So again, this is what works for me. And again, I talk about sometimes when you're warming something up, you think you're just warming one part of your body up. You're warming up other areas as well. So for instance, this one would be glutes, hams, and my lower back. So there you go. Just kick it back. And don't forget to breathe. That'll kick your ass a little bit. There we go. And come up very slowly. Catch your breath. And here we go to the next movement. All right, so this is something I do if I'm doing anything upper body in the gym, which is if I'm not doing legs, I'm doing upper body. So I need to stretch my shoulders. I tore my rotator cuff when I was younger, but I still have some issues with my shoulder. I've been lifting a lot of weight throughout my entire life. So here you go, basically just crossing my arm over, and I'm pushing and pushing and pulling back at the same time to stretch that shoulder to make sure it's definitely warmed up. I go behind the neck. So pulling that as well. Same thing, pulling down, down, down. So I'm getting that shoulder, but be very careful. There's another one, pulling down, 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 holding my hand and breathing and stretching those shoulders the best I can. And I'm always trying to lift my shoulders up. A lot of people, they don't warm up their shoulders correctly because they're kind of nonchalant about it. But here we go. I just clamp my hands behind my ass basically and squeeze. I keep squeezing and pulling my shoulders back. And this one I just lift my arms as far back, and I just got to be very careful. I'm just warming up, you got to remember. But I definitely don't want to hurt myself there. But these are things I definitely do before I do anything upper body. Yeah, this as well. I'm going to go over here, and I'm just warming up my bicep and my shoulder, both of them. I love this movement. I also do this movement a lot of times after I finish a set of biceps. Yeah, just go up to a wall and just, obviously twist. I do this in the sauna as well after my workouts a lot of times. So I'll do it before workout and after. This is really makes my shoulders feel incredible. I just put all my weight down. I keep pushing down on my shoulders. Yeah, as you could see. And then now I'm just, I'm kind of warming up my legs and my shoulders. So, yeah, it's a very nice movement. I do each leg. But like I said, a lot of times I'm warming up two different body parts. And in this case, definitely shoulders pushing down and my legs and calves. So there we go. I'm always bending over and then coming up. It just feels better for me. So now I'm going to do some more stretching. Again, really for the shoulders and again, the back. I get a lot of lat out of this. My lats really get to warm up my lower back as well and some of my legs. And then I just go down. I'm basically squatting down and pulling. That's why I'm using that. That has a lot of weight. I don't want it to fall over, but yeah, I love that. And then this movement's a little tricky. If you're not advanced, be very careful. You could snap something very easily here or hurt yourself. I've been doing this for years, so I stretch. Again, lifting my shoulders up. And here we go. This is what I was preparing for. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep that flexibility there. I go all the way down, and I hold it and breathe. And you could do this on a rail. You could do this on many different things. You could do it on a bench, depending on how high the bench is. There's a lot of places in the gym you can do these type of movements. And then I just come over here and I'm stretching my shoulder again this way. And it's almost like when I'm done with this, it almost feels like I'm doing, like a shoulder workout. But it just really works for me. It really works over the years. I've kept a lot of my flexibility and a lot of my strength. A lot of my stretches, I believe, help me with a lot of my strength. All right, so these are something I do basically before a shoulder workout, I would say. Maybe chest, but usually it's just shoulders. Now, as you can see, I'm lifting my hand up, but I'm raising my shoulder up. A lot of people, I don't think, do these correctly. They just kind of raise their hand up. But as you could tell, the higher, I'm kind of reaching as high as I can with my shoulder. I'm using my back and everything to reach high up. And once you do that, you'll be shocked at how much, how much it utilizes your shoulder and brings a lot of blood flow, I think, there. And here's a double I go up and down with, and I'm reaching to the sky. Again, lifting those shoulders, lifting my back. Yeah, I'm trying to, it's basically like a little kid when you say, hey, lift me up. But again, you want to reach to the sky as high as you can, right? And then this is just something I do usually actually sometimes before a workout, but mainly in a sauna after I work out, no matter what I do. I'm just rolling the shoulders back, keep rolling them back. You'll start to hear everything crunch at the beginning. And the more you do them, the more it'll seem to loosen up. But yeah, these I'm just rolling back, and now I'm going to roll forward. Again, after I do a workout, and I'm doing these in a sauna, or even a steam room sometimes, just depends. They just feel amazing, and you want to really roll it over, not kind of half-ass it. You'll start again to feel all this different feelings and sensation in your neck, shoulders. Now I'm just doing a rotation one way on my head. This way it looks like I'm going right to left, but I rotate my entire neck. And this, after a while, when you first start doing it, for me, I was very stiff. But then over the years, you do it, you just become much more flexible in it, because I just get a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. Usually, even when I go get a massage, I'm like, dude, just concentrate on my neck, shoulders, and back. This too, I just want to make sure I'm always getting good movement on my neck, because I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't necessarily really got a lot of flexibility in, is their neck. And as they get older, they get stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. And before you know it, you could barely turn your head. And these I just go up and down. Some people use weights to do this, to build up their neck. I don't do that. But in this case, just basically trying to make sure I have all the flexibility that I can have throughout my neck and shoulders. It's more or less preventative than it is anything else. But yeah, very simple movements, and hopefully they can help you. So let's get ready. We're going to move on to the next move. Okay, this is something I do before every single workout if I'm doing upper body. I don't care if it's back, shoulders, chest, biceps, tris, whatever the case may be. So yeah, as you can see, I basically grab a 5-pound weight and just pull it out exactly the way you see it. Keep the elbow in, and I had to do this because I tore my rotator's cuff about, 25 years ago, whatever. And I had to do all this different therapy, and I always kept these 5 movements in my workout and never got rid of them. So I do this before every workout. So I do 10 to 12 on each side. Here's the next movement. And again, you want to make sure you're doing it properly. Look where I've kind of mastered these. You want to make sure the weight stops at the right spot, goes up on the right spot. You will feel this on your shoulders. I promise you. It almost feels like a workout itself, which it kind of is for me, but it definitely warms my shoulders up. And I just basically keep switching hands. I do each side equally. And I do it exactly the way you're seeing me do it. I do this before every workout that I'm going to do upper body. And then after this, I'll go warm up. If I'm doing upper body, chest, shoulders, biceps, tris, and back, one apiece. And then whatever body part I'm doing, I will then start. But this is one of the things I think has helped me after my rotator's cuff, being able to work out with weights, especially heavy weights throughout my life, is this movement and keeping up with it. And my daughter was a little too low on this. She should have got higher. Oh, she's too low. Come on up, baby. Anyways, you get the idea, but there she goes. But yeah, twisting it. Basically, I'm twisting it straight out, keeping my elbow. You can see my elbow. Every movement I'm doing right there. I don't go too far back, but I go far enough back where I definitely feel it. And again, these are just to prevent injuries. It's also to warm everything up. It's not to hurt yourself. Here as well, basically a shoulder. I'm always trying to keep my elbow above the weight there. These shoulder flies, kind of old school, and I incorporated them. And I used to do this not only with weights. When I tore my rotator cuff, I would do them with bands. And you can do this entire exercise with bands if you don't have weights. And I'm very mechanical with this because I've done it my whole life. But this is just an incredible movement for me. And it not only just helps my shoulders, it almost kind of warms my chest up a little bit and gets my breathing going. Because literally from here, I jump right into my workout. And these are just some old school straight ups. And for me, I basically warmed up every area of my shoulder that I want to warm up. And hopefully, if you're interested in warming up your shoulders, you might want to definitely try this movement out. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, some of these stretching movements helped you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. If you get a chance, subscribe to my page. I'm always going to be trying to help people with different things. You can also check me out on richcelenza.com. And I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So there you go. You're seeing most of my stretching and warming up movements. All right, take care.